All right, we're back again. Randy, Tom, we're going to talk about next fight would be Jon Olav Einemo versus Dave Pee Wee Herman. Now, Einemo's from Golden Glory.
We can get Herman out of the bathroom for this one.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I didn't say that, Dave. You're much taller than I am. But anyway, what do you think about this? I mean, like I said, he's from Golden Glory, but he's more of a submission guy, which is kind of an oxymoron. Golden Glory guys tend to stand and bang more so.
So the other guys, Einemo's a big kid, only at 220, 225, but still 6'5" as well. So it's a couple of big dudes getting after it. Pee Wee has a lot more experience, over 20 fights. He's got a ton more experience. Einemo hasn't fought in a few years now. He's kind of coming out of the Pride ranks and really hasn't debuted into the UFC yet. So it's a tall order for him to step in like this.
So if you're a guy like Einemo who hasn't fought since 2006, how much, and I know over the years things have changed for a lot of people, but how much do you think ring rust is going to play in the factor, or not even being in a crowd for that long?
Well, it's hard for me to say. I don't know what he does on a regular basis. How much sparring, how active has he been? Maybe he hasn't gotten in the ring, but he had to have been active. So that will play a big factor. And if he's just been sitting around eating bonbons for, he's going to have a lot of ring rust. So that's probably not the case. Right. But still, there's something to getting out there and competing. It's a whole different atmosphere. There's a lot of adrenaline. There's a lot of variables and things that are involved there. So I think that's definitely one of the things he's going to have to contend with, is getting back in there.
So then let me ask you this, can it be an advantage too if you come off and people usually see you as a submission fighter, but you're working with somebody like Golden Glory and you're just taking those years and you're just going and going and going and improving your stand-up? Could that play a factor on the other hand where the guy thinks you haven't seen you since 2006? I mean, obviously there's always variables, but...
Of course. I mean, if we haven't seen the guy, what's he been doing? Maybe he has made a huge leap in a big part of his game this whole time, but nobody really knows until we see him out there. So I don't think that Pee Wee Herman's probably going to overlook him. He's still going to be a formidable opponent. He's not going to look past him. He's not going to think it's a walkover. I think it's going to be a good fight. But if I'm going to pick, I'm going to go with Pee Wee Herman. So
end of the day, you're saying Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
We are sponsoring Dave Herman, so I'm going to go out on a limb as well and say Dave Herman.